What? What the hell is this camera doing? Figures? You don't want to see some fucking figures? Well, go figure yourself out and stick your figure up your ass. Figures. You want to see some figures? You know what? Get his fucking job. Why don't you go do that, huh? Instead of looking at some other people on the internet, play with your toys, have a bunch of fun stuff, and do all that little bullshit, you should go get a fucking job instead of marking out for some asshole like Roman Reigns or phenomenal forearm. What's up, guys? So, as you've seen from my intro, I have the rarest figure in the rarity of rares, Mr. Perfect. Jack specific, Mr. Perfect is whoa, phenomenal forearm. I don't know how rare AJ Styles really is, but he's a pain in the ass to find here in Milwaukee, I'll tell you that. No elite, so I had to get the basic one. I got him from Target. And yeah, dude, this freaking figure's awesome. I've been dreaming about AJ Styles figure since, I don't know, since I seen him debut in TNA when I was a kid. Like, AJ Styles is cool, you know? Everyone loves AJ Styles. I have his old TNA Toy Biz figure vest on him. It fits in well. The blue's a little off. Maybe I could go through and paint it, but you know, it says Phenomenal 1 and it fits him. He's got his tattoo there. Everyone needs to go out and get an AJ Styles figure. If you haven't picked up an AJ Styles figure at all, like at least one, go buy it. I wasn't sure if I was ever going to find the Elite, so I got this, which I think after watching many reviews, I'm going to pass on the Elite. I'm hoping Mattel will go through and just fix all the problems with their first Elite. Because I feel like every time they release an Elite, like, rushed, they re-release it later in, like, a way better version. You know, I just felt like Mattel really wanted to get an AJ Styles out there Elite. So they just threw together whatever. But, you know, for what we got in the figures, AJ Styles is awesome. Sorry I won't give a full review of him, you know, but you know the articulation, that's his head sculpt, and yeah, AJ Styles, freaking badass, dude. I love AJ Styles. Bobby Heenan, what the hell are you? No, sir, you're gonna have to get the fuck out of my arena right now. This ain't arena, my interview spot. Yeah! Oh, you're a big son of a bitch, aren't you? If he hits me again, I ain't doing the show, okay? I ain't doing no fucking show. You can have me introduce all the stupid little... Hey! Hey! Get his ass off the fucking... Don't record this shit. Don't record this. I picked up the Heenan Family 4-pack. I think that's what it's called. Or Hall of Fame 4-pack. You know, Bobby the Brain. Fucking Big John Stud. Mr. Perfect. And then we'll put Andre right here because Andre's Andre. But golly, man, I love these figures. I've decided that I'm not going to collect a lot of the newer stuff. I'm going to just try to focus on Legends because I love like classic WWF 80s and early 90s era figures, and that's just like a really fun time of wrestling in my opinion. So I'm going to try go through, sorry, I was about to have a tongue twister, but I'm gonna go through and try to collect as many of the Mattel figures of Legends and Flashbacks as I can, because why not? And I'll just keep it easy on the newer guys, because so much is coming out. I'll only buy Rollins and, you know, certain guys. Man, came in this white suit, you know, God, this figure is awesome. You know, if you're a Legends fan, Hall of Fame fan, a Bobby the Brain Heenan fan, pick up this pack just for this figure. As you can see right here, I don't know if it's showing up on camera, there's a little bit of like black smudging on his suit already, and I always get worried about white figures because they get paint scuffs and stuff all over him. So, you know, good thing I keep all my figures on a shelf. I know a lot of you guys, wrestling collectors, keep your figures in bins and stuff. Be careful, don't scrape up your figures, dudes. Okay, don't keep your shit in bins. Try to get little shelves for them or something. Because it also stops them from getting loose. Yeah, you're probably wondering, why are my figures so loose all the time? I hear people complaining about that. Because you fucking have them thrown in bins, dumbass. Yo, here's the main thing that I had to talk about. I remember when I was grabbing this figure, I was like, I need to talk about this in, like, my little look over. What the fuck? I picked up the Ultimate Warrior and Papa Shango, Target Hall of Fame 2-pack, just for, you know, Papa, because I missed out on the first Papa Shango that came out a few years ago, and this is a re-release, and he's great. Looks awesome on my shelf. This is a really, really nice figure. You know, the face paint could be better. He looks kind of, how do they say it over there in France? Like shit. I have one of these things, like a real version of this. I think I stole it from like my school. Don't think of me as a thief, but I think I took it home in my backpack from music class one day when I was like 3rd grade. But it doesn't have the yellow stuff or anything. It's just one of these things, and you just turn it upside down and it goes pss, pss. There's like rice or something in there. So now that I mentioned that, this is pretty freaking accurate. Like the little lines they have inside, the grooves. It's cool. Could have done with paint wash, but you know, I don't even expect paint washes from Mattel figures, to be honest with you. Like I know people complain like, oh, the quality control on these figures sucks. This sucks. Shut the fuck up. Come on. They're mass-produced wrestling figures. These figures are meant to be like, you know, I know they're elite and they're adult collectors and we treat them so nice and we put them on the shelf and do that. But when a kid, like a normal kid, gets his hands on these, he's just like clapping them together, you know, like having fun. They're toys. Same with like the Playmates Ninja Turtle line. That's why they don't really add too many paint details into them. Because if they did, then you know how much these motherfuckers would be, dude? If this, like, damn, I'm already paying $20 for this asshole. Pick this one up, but you know, I have a lot of Warriors. So yeah, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so I picked up the Target Hall of Fame Sting. I don't have his coat or his bat. It's in my weapons bin, but here he is with the Hall of Fame. I mean, the Defining Moments coat. And he's awesome. He looks so cool, you know, as a 2000 Sting or a return Sting. I consider him a TNA late 2000 Sting. God, he's just like toning out of the camera. You see that? The white from my lights is just taking over Sting's face. I mean, this on my shelf with the NWA Championship, because like I said, I like to pretend this is a TNA Sting, which, you know, early TNA wasn't that bad for me. I don't know, you know. I like early TNA. But yeah, this thing's cool. The only problem that I have with this thing is that when Mattel went through and they made him, they just gave him a normal like singlet top torso half, and the bottom they just reused the Sting mode, which is I guess fine because of the pads. But you know, the Starrcade 97 Sting, he had like a whole fit thing going on, and if you could tell right here, just slightly, nothing crazy, nothing where it's like super noticeable. It's just the singlet just piece and this don't mix together well. You can just tell by the material. Not only that, the bottom half kind of underlaps it, as you can see. It's like sticking out right here. It's because this is too thin and this was supposed to be like a thicker chest piece on top. And yeah, the pants just look parachutey to me. I don't know. They don't look like a singlet. It doesn't look like a singlet with padding on it. It looks like he's wearing pants and then he's got like singlet under there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's my Sting from the new Hall of Fame series. And by the way, Sean, fuck you too. Now I picked up both the new Network Spotlight figures. I picked up the new Undertaker. And boom! I customized him. I was trying to keep it a secret, but I failed, so I just showed you. I gave him a Jack's head. I seen someone do this on Instagram, and it looked nice. And, you know, I don't have the other Mattel SummerSlam basic head to put on here, so this is just gonna have to do. It looks okay. It looks kind of weird. I have a lot of Jax figures, guys. Like, I used to collect Jax to the ass, so any head sculpt of Taker, I have it for sure. So I ran down, put it on, but I kind of regret it because I don't know if I like it as much. I didn't like the other head sculpt either, but I'm gonna just go ahead and get a Mattel one for him. It just looks better on my shelf. He just looks really like too realistic. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, otherwise, outfit's cool. Everything's cool. Cool 97, 98 Undertaker. I think that's when this is. 96, 97. I don't know. And then I got the Network Spotlight Vince, mostly for the belt. The belt's on rock. And by the way, Sean, fuck you too. So yeah, guys, that was my haul for this week. Just this week, really. Last week a little bit too. You know, I'm gonna update you guys every time I get a big bunch of like figures. I'm gonna just wait after I get a couple just to show them through these weekly hauls. But yeah, leave a comment, subscribe. Well, I got something to say. AJ Styles, you dirty son of a bitch, you redneck bastard, phenomenal forearm. Eat this. You know how I lost these fingers? Fingering your mom. I messed up my line. Can I go again? I said fingering. I meant to say fingering. No, you know what? If you had a line, I would give you a chance. Subscribe.